Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody, depending on where you are in this big, beautiful world. I am Renee, otherwise known as V or Savvy Trader. We are here today live trading the London Open for Bitcoin. So you can see my screen here today. We're having a look at the Asia range. So I am a market maker method trader. I trade PVSRA candles and market maker movements, which are similar to Elliott waves. They're kind of in 3 waves up, 3 waves down, if you think about it that way. But what we're actually trading, I trade in particular, is the Asia range. So I'm based in Australia. And so the easiest session for me to trade is Asia Open and then London Open. So the way that I'm going to run through the way that I set up my chart, starting from creating my Asia range. And then basically what we're going to do is analyze the movement within the Asia range and the relation to the Asia range, to the Asia high, Asia low, moving through the London Open, which is about to happen, which actually the pre-open is starting right now. And so I'm actually going to change my time zone to London. So if you guys, you can kind of see it's a UTC, GMT time, London time. Have a look here. So London time +1, because they must still be on daylight savings, because usually it should be 0 if it's GMT. But anyway, so what we've got here, we've got our Asia range. I'm currently on the 15-minute, actually 5-minute. Let's do 15-minute chart. New 15-minute chart on Bitcoin. And what we're going to do, yeah, cool. This is the way that I do my analysis, just so I can visualize the Asia range easily. So what we're going to do is the Asia range for us is actually here. So it's 1 a.m. London time to 1 p.m. London time. So it's a 12-hour range that we're going to be creating the range for. And we want to see how the market moves within that range over that 12-hour period. So for here, Asia starts at, technically the Asia Open is Hong Kong Open. So for me in the morning, that's 11:30 a.m. It is 1:30 a.m. London time. And so just figure out what that is in relation to the world. And we're actually going to do just the half an hour before that. So it is the 1 a.m. GMT UTC time. And so we're going to create that gap here and go to 1 p.m., which is here, based on the Asia high and the Asia low here. Okay, perfect. So basically, we've got this range here, and then we want to create the London range, which is going to be from now, actually it should be from 7 till 10. Okay, so maybe this is what's happened. Maybe they have gone off, because that should be 12. We're all in that time when the time zones have all changed, so I might actually have to change this time zone. Because this is the old range, how it was before in the summertime, like our summertime, which is wintertime there. So I might actually have to have a look to see. Actually, let's have a look. It is. Okay, so it has gone forward. Okay, we're doing this live because this has actually just happened. So what we're going to do is we're going to move everything forward an hour. It's actually backward an hour. Because it's now 8 o'clock in London, and usually it should be 7 o'clock for the open. Let's have a look. I'm so confused. Anyway, I'm going to deal with this later once I figure out the time change. But in general, it used to be 1 a.m. to 1 p.m. It might be now looking like it's moved forward an hour. So yeah, I'm going to do the way I used to do it, and based on the actual the indicator that I use is the blue indicator here, and it has moved. So I'm assuming that the time zone has changed. So I'm just going to use this time. And then that actually fits better. Anywho, I will fix this. It's not a great example, and I will come back and we'll have to update that. But in general, what we're looking for is the way that the market moves in this blue section here. And then what we want to see, is it trending? Is it going sideways? What is it doing? And so right now we've got our open here, which is 81,600. And then we closed it at 81,800. So this is a consolidation day. Okay, so it's gone sideways. We're not trending. We're not doing anything. So next thing we want to do, are we within a 2% move range? So we're going to go, so we're going up. So I'm doing my range up. Okay, so that is just over 1%. So yes, so tick 1. Did we go sideways or are we trending? We are consolidating, so we are going sideways. Check 1. Check 2. Are we within a 2% consolidation? Yes. Okay, great. So the next thing we're looking for is we're either looking for sweeps of the high or the low, or we're looking for M or W reversal formations. So what we've got here is we've actually now got 2 sweeps of the high. So for me, if we do not get a solid push through this range soon, this could be the test of the high before we make the reversal down. And especially since Bitcoin is now in a downtrend, well, looking to be in a quite more severe downtrend, this could be the sweep of the high, and then we could get the rejection, or this could be an M formation as our reversal, which you can kind of see when I go down to the 5-minute chart. And what we're getting is market maker candles. So for any of you guys who haven't seen these candles before, they're called PVSRA candles. So they're price volume PVS. Oh my God, my brain is like not working today. I'm so tired. Had a big weekend. So PVSRA candles, if it's a free indicator, if you go into TradingView, there should be PVSRA candles. But the indicator that I'm using is actually called Traders Reality. And so you can actually get that for free as well. It's called the Traders Reality Main, and it puts through all of these PVSRA candles plus all of my moving averages. The yellow one is actually a VWAP, so I add that as well. So just to have a quick look at what we've got here. So I'm on the 5-minute chart now. Got our consolidation. We have a push here with a market maker push into our, this is our 200 moving average. And now we're having a secondary rejection off of quite a few things actually. So interesting. So we've got one push here with our market maker candle down, and then we're actually got another one up here. Here, and now we actually have, we'll probably see something like this. Push into the 200, rejection. We actually have a secondary push into the 200. And we're actually getting a market maker reversal candle. So I'm actually going to quickly. Yeah, so this is actually a reversal. So I'm actually going to go into my Clio. Okay, wake up, Clio. Let's go. Let's go, Clio. Why is it not working? Okay. Seems my computer is being very slow. Okay. There she is. Okay. So for you guys who haven't seen Clio before, this is the new Hero Trader trading program. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell. I'm going to put my stop loss up here at above that level, which is the top of the M. I'm going to do in this $50,000 dollars. With that is like 200, which is heaps, and I'm going to sell. Too easy. Come back here. Okay. Okay, futures. Very disorganized today. I've been away all weekend and I just got home just in time to start trading. So that's why I thought it would be good to go over the analysis, because I haven't actually done the analysis for myself for this week. So I was going to go right through from the start with you guys, right from the start. Okay. Okay, don't mind me. I'm just moving some stuff around. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So let's have a look-see here. The other interesting level we have here, so not only are we hitting the top of the Asia range, which is this blue line here, we've got the 200, which is also an area of resistance. We've hit it 1, 2, 3 times here. This is a 4th hit over here. And then we have the market maker reversal signal, which is usually a green-red candle. We're also hitting the psychological low level. So where's my high? So for anyone who hasn't heard of the psychological levels, they are based on the market maker method, coming from Forex. And this is actually last week's up here. So what I might do is actually clone this. And silo, just so that they're a little bit better. Okay, so those ones above were last week's psychological levels, and this week is the psychological levels. So not everyone calls them the same thing. So if you, I follow, if you want to learn more about the market maker method, I highly recommend you check out my 2 favorite YouTubers, who are Tino from Traders Reality. So his is the indicator that I'm using right now. And then also Annie from Trade Travel Chill. So both of them follow the market maker method. Both of them have numerous different resources on how the market maker method works, how to use indicators, how the 3 levels up, 3 levels down work. But one of the main criteria that we look at is the weekend consolidation pattern. So in general, Bitcoin follows a pattern of consolidation generally over the weekends. And so if Tino calls it, it's the psychological level. So it's psychological high, so psychological low. Annie calls it the weekend boardroom, which is basically the trading range over the weekend. So we can actually see here, this is Saturday, 7 a.m. So this is New York close. So this would be around New York close here. And then we've got the consolidation for the weekend. So for here, this weekend is probably very similar for both. But it's basically the consolidation pattern. And what we get is the first thing on Monday, or sometimes even like early Tuesday, is what we call false move week beginning. So in a lot of weeks, what will happen is the first move away from the consolidation of the weekend will be a fake move. And so what will happen is it's trying to induce people to go one way, and then they reverse it and go back the other way. So for example, today, what we've actually got is a push down. And so we won't really know if this move is a real move until it keeps pushing. Because at this stage, this might form a W formation, and this might be a fake move down before we push up and do like maybe 3 moves up, and then we come back down at the end of the week. So yeah, we broke out of this. Interesting. So this was our trading channel from like last week. So we were basically we had this basically a pennant or a flag like formation forming. In general, this formation is a continuation up formation, but what they've actually done is that they've pushed it up and then it's all just broken down. We've got this massive move, which was Friday AM. So that would mean Thursday night for me. So yeah, Friday day for everyone else. No, Thursday day for New York. Yeah, I didn't trade the end of last week, so I missed this move. I was trying to trade this and it was a big mess because it was just consolidating. And of course, the days that I don't trade was like massive. But we've been waiting for this down move. I've been trying to trade a lot of these downs and it kept like pushing up. And then we finally I was really thinking we were going to hit this area up here, just a little bit further up. But we didn't quite make it. So this is interesting if you have a look at this position, usually this is a rollover reversal kind of position, unless we get some kind of bounce, maybe off like a fib level. So let's have a look where the fibs are. I know this is an absolute mess for you guys, but it is. Okay, so interesting. Have a look at this. We have bounced off pretty much exactly off. It probably is exactly off the Fibonacci retracement. So is this the area that we're going to bounce from? It might just be another little bounce to come up here and then come and take out some more liquidity before we do finally roll over. But this could be an area that we do get a bounce. We'll have a look right now. Right now, for me, in the way that I would trade the market maker method with the Asia consolidation, this looks like it's going to roll over. But let's go down again. This should be red. So this is our 618 fib level here. If this is a traditional, typical consolidation pattern, this will roll over. Will it just roll over, come down here, fully take out, come down, maybe bounce off further into this golden pocket area, and then New York takes off? Maybe. One of the things you will see when you trade the Asia range is that a lot of times it will take out both sides. And so it will fake out one direction, come down, take out the bottom of the opposite direction, and then it will reverse a third time into New York. So could we get something like this? And then it comes back up. And then we get our continuation up. This could be what we're seeing right now. Considering on the larger time frames, this is a bounce area. But in the shorter term trade, this is a reversal. Usually with these sort of things, this is a reversal down. The other thing about the trading the Asia range is that in general, you try to be out before New York opens. It is not always a long-term trend reversal signal. So in general, we want to try and be out. This is you can kind of see down here, this is when US opens. We want to try and be out before US opens because usually at US opens, something crazy happens anyway. So if we just get this move, so it's from down here to down here, 87, 0.87, almost 1%. And for me, I'm usually a 100x trader. So that's like almost 100% trade. You can get one of them every day. You're really laughing. So that's kind of, that is kind of what we're looking for. Maybe we just kind of move around and we just kind of take out the Asia low and we have some funny business here before we push up. considering, because we have both of these things. We have number one, this could be the false move week beginning. So this is the fake out down. They needed to create more liquidity before they can push up. And two, we are hitting major, larger time frame area of support, which is the Fibonacci retracement level 618 on the bigger move from the larger move from the larger time frame. So until this kind of plays out, we don't quite know which direction is going to go. It probably won't make its big move until New York. So I'm just having a look around. But yeah, so we've got our, I did go short, as you saw on my Clio. And I've got my stop loss just above the local high there. Cool. Okay. So let's go and look at last week's moves. Going Monday. Cool. Zoom in a little bit. So if you guys who watched the stream last week, you would have seen the analysis on this one. I'm pretty sure I did this one as well. But you can see what actually happened last week. Remember the orange lines that I just did with the previous week's psychological levels? And what happened was we had a massive move on Sunday before Asia even opened. So the blue box here is Asia open, is the Asia range for Monday last week. So we had on a Sunday like almost a 3% move before Asia even opened. So it's massive because usually we don't get that bigger moves on the weekend. We had a very strong trending day. So it pretty much did a fake out up, came down, created the base for the Asia range, and then pushed up and then just kept pushing. This is the trend consolidation line, trend line for the Asia range. I like to do it between the corners of each of the boxes, and that gives you a really good usual trend line to see if the trend is continuing or if it's going to break. So for this, it just kept pushing, it kept holding, kept pushing until we came over here, and then it broke. And so then what we got over here is, this is Tuesday, so you can see on the bottom Tuesday here. What we actually had was, we did have a downtrending day. But what we did is that we got a W formation reversal. And so this is actually a green vector candle recovery. And so what it didn't actually sweep the range, like it did not actually break the low. But if you have a look here, it literally broke the vector candle. So it completely took out this vector candle and then bounced. And then we had this beautiful W reversal. We break, so basically the W's, you need to break the center of the W, which we did. We broke it strongly. Green market maker candle breaking the 50 moving average, very strong move. And then we came back, we consolidated, basically bounced off this VWAP and took the green vector candle, came down, and then we had a nice little bounce up here into resistance, which what we started to form the top of the channel. And so we've got 1, 2, 3 hits to the high. This is like we can start forming our channel. So if you pull this down, you've got this channel forming down here. And what we actually saw here, this is an interesting day because usually, like, if you see it kind of do this, starting from the top and going down, it's usually will like find some sort of resistance here, and it will keep falling down. But what happened was that when it got back to the trend line, it really just consolidated and it pushed through. So that then invalidates that downtrending angle for that trend line. And what we actually got was the other test to the top of the channel. And you can see all of these like market manipulation candles hitting into the top of this area. So this is the market makers forming this formation, because in general, if you guys don't know, this market is completely manipulated. They formed this channel on purpose to make people think they were going to go further up. Big push up, like flag formation, like this is usually an uptrend if we're trending up, which in the short term, we were trending. We were like in the uptrend. So we got the base here and we are in a shorter term uptrend, but we also are in a longer term downtrend. But if you're looking at the market maker method and how they're trying to manipulate things, this formation usually pushes. And so what they've done is they've created this formation and then everyone's probably, yeah, we're going to go long. And then they rip it down. Completely manipulated. Very, very, very interesting. Because, yeah, I also thought that we were coming for this area. I had multiple confluences, like slightly above, like just in this like $90,000 area. That would have been a very logical area for them to push to, but they didn't. They pushed it to here and then they dumped it. But let's move along to, that's Wednesday, and then here we go, Thursday. So these are the 4 days that I traded. Great. And then, yeah, I wasn't here on Friday, so missed it. But one thing you can kind of do if it's in this kind of consolidation range and you don't really know, once the Asia area has been created, I create the trend lines both directions and see which one it follows. So for here, usually if you start to the bottom and go up, that's the uptrend. If you start at the top and come down, it's a downtrend. So for this one here, you can kind of see it's kind of consolidating here, but then it kind of does fail. But you kind of see this uptrend also fails. So if you wanted to follow the uptrend, I really would like to see it push up through London, which is the yellow box, but it didn't. It failed. So at this point, and also any of these changeover areas is an area that a move could happen. And what happened was just after London Open close, we got the failure and they smacked it down. And where did they smack it down to? The bottom of the channel. So this probably would have been a good point for people like, oh, this is it, we're going to bounce. It was the bottom of the channel, and it's also the 800 moving average. Smacked it straight in, V bottom straight out of here, and you could have thought, this is it, we're going up. And this is this is New York Open on Friday, like right here. So this big candle here, you probably had a million people trying to go long here, and what did they do? They ripped it down. That's a massive move. So that's all Friday. Crazy. Big move. Really big move. Let's have a look how big that move was. So if you got in here, yeah, 7%. 7% on Bitcoin is massive. Massive. So how are we doing over here? So we're still just consolidating. So for me, this is like, how are they just fucking around to push it up? Let's draw our lines and have a look. Okay. So okay. So now looking at where the angles of the lines are, this is an uptrend day. If we come down, find support at these levels, and we get that support, I would be expecting, if this is an uptrend, it would bounce off here. It's not a strong uptrend for me because usually it would continue up. It would go up further. But it's really, seeing as New York hasn't opened, Mondays are always very tricky. There's a lot of manipulation. I mean, you look at these candles here. This is like the dead gap zone on a Monday. This is like Monday morning, Sunday night. They're just manipulating the shit out of everything. So will we find support at this level, and will we bounce out from here? Maybe. Let's have a look. We do not know yet. Or is this just going to continue to keep rolling over? Because we do have a lot of those confluences in both directions. There's a lot of resistance levels here. Getting market maker candles, psychological low, 200 moving average, top of the Asia range sweep, all saying lower. But then this line is also support. And again, we just bounced off the fib. So there's lots of things to consider. But because this is my shorter term trade formation, I am short currently right now. So let's go over to, not that one. That's my shit trading account that I trade shit coins. This one. Oh, that's not it. There we go. That's better. So it does look like we are going to get this pushed down. There you go. This one. That's the one I want. Now we're getting the push on my Clio. This is the resistance. This is my uptrend line. I've got VWAP and the uptrend here. I'd really like to see it push. This is also a green vector candle recovery. I'm bouncing off this VWAP. Just go down to the 1 minute chart. Push straight into the high reversal. Okay. This could also be a bounce off support here. I'm actually going to move my stop loss. In case this is a rejection, I've just moved my stop loss quite close to break even, just in case. Because if I get stopped out, I can always just re-enter. Okay. Well, guys, the other thing is we could just be getting some consolidation. And we do just consolidate. around here, as what happens sometimes in London. You just get a consolidation. We've taken out this liquidity here. We're got the VWAP here, but VWAP can also act as resistance. Looking at a lot of the other indicators, they are very oversold. So I am almost more inclined to think that we're going to get a bounce here. Bitcoin's not showing it as strong as so I'll show you my bigger time frame. So you guys have seen this before. This is my 4 time frame analysis. So I've got 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour. And then these are my 3 indicators that I usually use. So we have, this is an ADX, so this is a directional influence indicator. This is an SMI, which is a variation on a stochastic oscillator. And then this is a modified MACD. So in general, you're looking for confluences over time periods. And because I'm a day trader, I use the lower time frames. So on the 1 hour, we're oversold with bullish divergence. So we've got lower lows here, and we've got high lows here. So bullish divergence on the higher time frame. In the 15 minute, we do have room to come down. So it might be that we just come down, take out this low here, and then push, because this is oversold, this is oversold, this is still oversold. Yeah, oversold. We've got our MACD down, all under, under the signal line here, under the line here. So we want it to be over both of those lines, over the white and then over the yellow. One thing also to look forward to is when it makes higher lows on top of the lines here. So we could be making a higher low on top of the line here, which is a bullish signal. But looking at my other charts, my other shitcoins that I'm trading, they're all a lot more oversold than Bitcoin. But I would follow Bitcoin. So maybe we come down a little bit further and then get a bounce. Or we just bounce from here, because I said this is quite a lot of confluences in this area. We will see. There's a tiny bit of liquidity just underneath here on the 5 minute time frame. So you can kind of see here, there's some vector candles that need to get recovered. See it better on the 5 minute chart. So get vector candles here. We've almost taken them out. But yeah, because we had such a big move on Thursday, Friday, we might just chill here for a little bit till New York. So you can kind of see we're just taking out this liquidity right now. I might just leave it at that because not much seems to be happening. And we might just get this consolidation until New York. But yeah, stay tuned for next time. And we'll see you next time.